Hey, I'm Matt.
And I'm Seth from choongroup.com. We're here to take you to 7 of our favorite Chicago record stores today in honor of Record Store Day.
Which is coming up on April 21st, so come check it out with us.
All right, we're here at our first stop on the trek at Dusty Groove Records in my neighborhood of Wicker Park on Ashland Avenue in Chicago.
Dusty Groove has been in operation online since the early days of the internet, 1996. They do a huge amount of online orders all over the world, but they've been a brick and mortar powerhouse since just shortly after that. They also have their own reissue label, World Jazz Blues Reissues. Dusty Groove America is the name of that label. The bargain basement at Dusty Groove Records, one of my favorite places to get my fingers dusty.
The dustiest finger.
With
basement.
Old collections and great finds. Lots of 50 cent records, not 50 cent records.
Records that cost 50 cents.
You might find a 50 cent record.
Let's head down.
Oh, this is bananas. This double picture disc Barry Manilow greatest hits. I'm gonna cry a little bit. It's a
The
picture
gold
disc.
chain.
Dude, listen, this is like growing up. My first concert was Barry Manilow. Like as a 5-year-old kid, got taken to Blossom Music Center, the big pavilion outside Cleveland. So when people are like, "What was your first concert?" I'd be like, "It was Barry Manilow." Hilarious.
Found some good stuff in the bargain basement. Didn't hit our head. We're gonna head upstairs, check out, hit the next spot. The nicest guys at Dusty Groove. We both got some great stuff. Now we're off to 606 Records in Pilsen. Let's do it. Stop number dos. We are on our way to 606 Records. We're in Pilsen, right across the street from Talia Hall.
So this is a great place to come check out some records before you head to a gig. Talia Hall gets great acts, and 606 Records, brand new place, 2015, so not brand new. What a great double act. See a gig, check out some records. Hey, they've got a listening station, so just gonna check out and see if any of these Felix the House Cat remixes are worth my time.
I haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna take home today, but this West Side Story Oscar Peterson trio is kind of calling my name for some reason.
I want you to point to which one of you on this cover is you.
I think I'm this one. Now in West Side Story, you've got Tony, who's the lead, but then you've got Riff, who's kind of like the leader of the Jets, the white people, the Italians, and I'm not sure. I think that's Riff, yeah. And so I know this is 2 jazz records that I've bought out of 3, but this kind of like covers show tunes as well. So we're gonna try to sweep the categories, get the category bingo.
What we got here?
Hyde Park Records, Chicago, Illinois. We're here on the 3rd stop of the Choon Group musical tour of Chicago's record stores. Let's go inside and check it out.
Seth and I always get caught up at Hyde Park Records because the new arrivals and the extensive dollar record section is just full of collections that they acquire where you can get really great titles for not a lot of money. So, yeah, dangerous place.
You getting it?
Things are going off the rails already.
Why?
We've already got 4 records here.
What do you got?
This is one of my favorites. It's a Stone Cold classic from Kenny Burrell. We've got a copy of The Dynasty, Rock La Familia, Jay-Z, and then this Art Blakely Jazz Messengers Witch Doctor, which features Lee Morgan and Wayne Shorter on trumpet and sax. So we're gonna check those out for sure, and I haven't even made it through the new arrival section.
Always happy to find this one in the dollar rag. Is this a Scotch glass? No, it's a Rod Stewart album. What a fan of Scotch was Rod Stewart.
Success at Hyde Park Records. We could have probably spent 3 hours in there, but we ended up making it a quick stop because we got to get all the way to the north side to Audio Archaeology next. But Michael Jackson was purchased.
I mean, you gotta have a copy of Bad.
You gotta have a copy of that.
Let's head up to Loyola.
On y va.
Hey, so we're up here at Audio Archaeology in Rogers Park, right by Loyola. The store's been open for just a handful of years, and it's run by a gentleman named John Arnsdorf, who's very busy right now. But what we see here are all these amazing refurbished hi-fi systems, and John will repair for you. He'll help you consult on your upgrade if that's what you're into. And it's just a great place to visit, to listen to Debbie Harry records, and to check out some of these mid-century classic cabinets.
All right, what we're gonna do is there's too much to choose from here, so we're gonna leave it to chance. I'm gonna pick something randomly out of the $2 clearance rack, and that's what's gonna go home. Eartha Kitt's classic. I love men. Okay.
It's like Sally just got lucky.
So it's all there in the delivery. I find that indie rock.
All right, we're leaving Audio Archaeology right now, and we're headed to Lincoln Square to Laurie's Planet of Sound. Come on! Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Pick it, then I flick it. Wait, this is the new verse. Pick it, then I flick it, then I find it, then I eat it. What?
Should we start?
We're walking towards Lincoln Avenue when we're about to visit Laurie's Planet of Sound.
Laurie's won the reader poll for favorite record store in Chicago last year, and for good reason. They have really diverse offerings, a really friendly and fun staff that I always love to talk to. So we're gonna go see what they've got for us today.
Join us.
I definitely have a cassette made at a theme park from my high school days of me and a friend doing impersonations of Julio and Willie. I'm sure it hasn't aged well.
I'm just doing goofs now. We're 5 stores in, and it feels like a workout.
What makes a record budget, or like why?
It's not popular. No one wants it. So, you know, the Steve Gibbons band, despite his leather pants, didn't really catch on. So someone, you know, had to offload that, like, quick.
Dance a little bit.
But then other times in the you'll find like records from the 70s, 80s with the original sticker on them, like, you know, $6.99 at Crazy Eddie's, and then it has appreciated in value, and they'll have like a $30 sticker on it. So you're like, oh my God, if only I could have a time machine to take me back and store these records for 20 years.
Right. You'd make $24.
Right, which is the margin in how much you're investing in the time machine might not make it worth it.
No, probably not.
You just go angrily. Hey, we're on stop 6 of 7. This is Shuga Records. Matt, what's unique about this spot?
We're back in Wicker Park, where Shuga Records opened up in 2015, though they had an online presence and also an earlier version in Minnesota since 2007. So it's a new store, relatively. We're going to check out some of the changes that have come in there since then, and also in true championship vinyl style. He's recently started a record label with some local releases.
Let's do it. There's one record on this day across 6 stores now that I've seen more than any other record. It's been the soundtrack to Robin Williams' Popeye, and so I'm just calling this out as being the #1 stunner in terms of what we've seen out here today.
That's surprising. You getting it?
No.
And did you go with Seth?
Mm-hmm.
And this big jazz row? Okay, great.
Okay, something people don't know a lot about is jazz music. Jazz music is oftentimes played by just instruments, no songs with lyrics, no songs with voices in it, and so we're at a record store where we're learning about jazz music.
Shuga Records in Wicker Park on Record Store Day is going to have live performances, limited edition beer glasses you can win. That store is undergoing a major expansion. It looks great now. It's going to be even bigger. So check out Shuga Records in Wicker Park.
All right, on to Reckless Records, down the street.
So how you guys feeling? 6 to 7.
6 to 7, we're feeling a little bit loopy. That coffee after lunch definitely really got the juices flowing again. But on the whole, it's been a successful day.
I don't want to buy any vinyl. It's like I'm cured.
All right, several seconds have passed and we're now a couple storefronts down from Reckless Records, which will be our final stop on the 7-stop tour today. Reckless is a record store that we visit quite often. It's in my hood. We've spent hours talking about nonsense to each other over the new releases bin.
You can find us like Charlie Brown and Linus on the wall at the new arrival section of Reckless. Reckless has been in operation since 1989. There's 3 of them in the city. There is East Lakeview on Broadway, there's the Loop on Madison, and here we are on Milwaukee Avenue in Wicker Park. It's the daddy of them all. When you're talking about buying music in Chicago, you have to know Reckless.
The granddaddy of them all. And also, I believe they have a location in London.
They do, in Soho, which is a great record store district for all our London followers.
International. All right, this is it, 7 to 7, here we go.
Who knew? So sexy.
We did it. We're done. 7 record stores in 7 hours. Wallet's a little lighter, heart's a lot much fuller. Record Store Day is coming up.
April 21st this year, so we encourage you to get out from behind your computer screen and go meet up with some other music fans, get some music in the physical format, get your hands on some exclusive releases. We made just a small but significant dent in the custom van that is vinyl collecting in Chicago. If we do a volume 2 of this, we're going to hit up
places to hit.
Dave's, Bric-a-Brac, Bucket of Blood, Bob's Jazz and Blues Mart, so many other great stores.
If you enjoyed what you saw today, check us out on choongroup.com where we're reviewing albums, we're writing features and articles all the time. That's choongroup.com, and we will see you next time.